Hi, everyone. Hope that you are doing well and that you are safe and healthy, maybe even mildly enjoying the quarantine, trying out new snacks, exercising, loving all of our videos, chats, and teachings, services, new Netflix shows. I hope all of those. This week, we end the book of Leviticus. I feel like we just started it and now we are ending it. I can't believe it. It's another double portion. Behar bechukotai. Shmush together because we are required to push them together this year. And I want to talk to you about bechukotai this week a little bit during our chat. That's going to happen at 9:30, not that far from now. And bechukotai, first of all, it's fun to say. Bechukotai. Everyone try it. You go. 1, 2, 3. Bechukotai. Good. So the word chok, also a really good word to say, by the way, particularly after eating something. Chok is a law or a rule, and it's kind of one of those rules that you can't mess with. There's something called a mishpat, which is a rule which can be manipulated a little bit, discussed, but a chok, usually not. That's sort of like it's sort of like an I told you so from God. And so we have this whole ending section of the book of Leviticus, bechukotai, with these particular chokim, these rules, if you will, these sort of I told you so rules, not the, but why can't we talk about it? Nope, not really. And here's what's interesting about it is that, well, the whole thing's interesting. It's the Torah, so the whole thing's good. Rabbi, everything's great in the Torah. But this particular part is interesting because, extra interesting, because the book ends. We think that the ending might be kind of exciting and big and maybe hopeful, but it's a little more challenging, actually, the way that this book ends. It's a little more complicated how Leviticus ends with the Torah portion of bechukotai. And here's what it says. It gives us this whole beginning section that talks about if you follow the rules. Hence it says here, see? It's a whole section about following the rules. And pretty much what the text says is when and if you follow the rules, lots of good things will happen. There's actually a list of things that will happen, good things, that we'll talk about in a few minutes, more at length, during our Zoom time. But then there's this whole other section that pretty much says, if you don't follow these rules, the chukim, if you will, not so good, not such a good list. So, and then what I want us to talk about in a few minutes is the different lists. One's a little shorter, one's a little longer. You might guess which one's longer, which one's shorter. And then I want to discuss what they are, because some of them are pretty heavy. And then I want us to maybe also look at, why do we decide to end the whole book this way? Remember, the Israelites are stationary because the book of Leviticus doesn't have them moving at all. This is the last sort of bit that they hear. Then they pack up all the tents they've been holding on to for this long period of time in Leviticus, and then they start to move on into the next book, Bamidbar, the book of Numbers. So I'll see you soon. Few minutes. This is going to end. Get a little coffee, get a little snack, get a little water. Join me in a few minutes to Zoom together. It's going to be fabulous. We'll talk about rules, different kinds of rules. Can't wait to see you in a few minutes.